Hi, everybody. Welcome to our Strangely Relatable channel. My name is Eunice Ndambi.
And I'm Irene Kadhambi, and today we'll be sharing about first generation experiences. Basically, first generation means being the first one to exceed certain limits in your family or to go beyond certain levels in your family. And specifically, we'll be talking about the academic part, that is upward mobility in the academic ladder.
The first thing I can think of is the mismatch between um, the reality and expectations of the family. And I'll give example with if you've gone to a PhD level, for instance, from your family, and none of your family member has ever been there. Some of times you try to explain what PhD entails because your family members just have the knowledge about education system is about just going to class, doing exam and passing and going to the next. But PhD is about being able to do research day in, day out for 4 years till you have an output that you can defend in front of professors, and then you're able to pass or you are able to publish several papers at the end of it. And then now the family members not able to understand this part uh, comes with the challenge of them not able to support you correctly in the way that you need to perform, for instance. So and sometimes they have a lot of questions. When are you finishing? Why does a PhD take 4 years? It's too many years and so many things. Yeah, so that's one of the challenges that as a first generation you face.
So the second one is the pressure that you get, like you feel like you need to represent the family and not fail them. So like being the first one, you want to set a certain standard, or maybe you are expecting to set a certain standard, and that on its own kind of puts a pressure on you. Let's even not go to PhD level. Let's talk about the bachelor's. If you're the first one to uh, have a to do a bachelor's degree in your family, you don't want to just finish it and just have, finish with just a pass. You want to finish it with a good grade that everyone can embrace. Or for us, when we went for our master's and realized that if you fail, you can, like, your scholarship can be discontinued and you're sent back home. There's that pressure thinking that, like the whole village knows you went abroad for studies. And then now you're like, okay, what if I fail? What if I sent back home? Like you feel like it will be shameful somehow when you have let your family down. And this can have both negative, it can affect someone either positively or negatively, because some people need that kind of pressure to perform well. But for others, pressure gives them anxiety. So there are some people who are really good who end up failing because of the anxiety, that arises from the expectations from the family.
So, in addition to what Irina said about setting standards, you become the reference of each and every other person that is younger than you, both in the nuclear family and also in extended family. And this comes with a lot of pressure as well, because they think you know everything and they consult you in each and every nitty-gritty item. And sometimes you have no idea at all, because even yourself, you don't know what you are doing, because it's life. You cannot know everything. So it becomes like it's a constant pressure to feel useful in your family, in providing information that they need sometimes that you even don't know. So you have like to research, you have to refer to your networks, you have to, and I think sometimes it's a lot of pressure. Let's just say it's a lot of pressure. Yes.
The fourth one is the difficulty to relate with your peers who don't share the same experience. And this can be two ways. Like you have the peers who, like you are at the same level, maybe academically, you're doing the same things, but now for them, maybe they are not first generation, so they can't share that aspect with you. Because, for instance, those who come from families where they are parents are educated, like they have PhDs, masters, or maybe they have older siblings with the same qualifications. So for them, they kind of have someone like a good support system academic wise, if I can say. They are not struggling to explain things that they do because these people already understand. So there you cannot really relate, you know. But also you have other peers where maybe like you're the same age, yes, but you are ahead of them academic wise. Maybe, let me give you an example. Sometimes during the research, because research is not easy, sometimes things will be working, other times they'll not be working. And at that point when things are not working, maybe you don't even want to talk to anyone. You just want to, you know, stay in your own cocoon and just think why things are not working. But maybe there is someone somewhere, your peer, who think like they want you to be available anytime they need you, you know, such things. And they can't understand why you just want to have your own time. And it can come to things people feeling like, no, you're being proud because you are ahead of them academically, which is not the case.
Another challenge that as a first generation you can face is having to learn by yourself the norms and expectations of higher education grants. This itself is a stumbling block, or I can say, yeah, it's a hurdle. Like, as the first person in your family, you have to overcome because, as I said, I'll give example with PhD level because that's what we are undertaking now, and that's what I have experience in. PhD is not conducted by like any other academic level, like bachelor's or master's. So it means for you to undertake or to successfully finish your PhD or research, you have to master scholarly and academic protocols in the system. And because there's no one in the family who has been able to do that or to reach your level, the only people you can ask for help are people, maybe your professors or your advisors, or other friends, your colleagues who are doing the same. And this is very difficult, for instance, for people who, first of all, don't know how to open up. As I said from before, don't know how to open up. So it becomes an issue that sometimes you even have to take so long time before you communicate to your supervisor or you communicate to your advisor, because you don't know what to tell them and you don't know how to ask for help when you need it. So it's a very complicated situation to be able to deal with, and you have to learn to ask for help, and it doesn't come easy.
So last but not least is the imposter syndrome. Basically, imposter syndrome is where you feel like a fraud. So the fact that, you know, like we have talked about the expectations from the people like your family and what have you, makes you feel like you're kind of inadequate, or maybe you're not qualified to be where you are. And sometimes even when you're giving some advices, because we mentioned that sometimes you're required to give advices to your siblings or to extended family on some things based on academic stuff. And sometimes you kind of doubt if even the advice that you're giving is right. So all that pressure brings, yes, it brings the kind of self-doubt.
Yes, so these are some of the experiences we face, and personally or individually, we have gone through is because we are first from our families to be able to do PhDs. And I just want to request, if you see someone or if you see us, like sometimes we are not doing according to expectation, you need to cut us some slack, because you don't know the type of challenge that you are facing and you're trying to overcome. And what else I can say is that another thing is parents uh, or the extended family members, the best way you can deal with this situation or you can help with this situation is not comparing your children or the relatives who are higher, who have achieved higher grounds, either academic wise or career wise, with the younger ones, and try to use them as the reference point, because every child should be allowed to define their own direction, or career direction, or academic direction. And we don't have the same skills, or we are not blessed the same way. So just take each individual in their own way. Yeah, so, and if you think you have missed any point, or if you think if there's another challenge that we might have missed on this aspect, you can note it down below in the comment section, and we continue talking about it. Yeah, thank you, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.
Bye bye.